great Dino Ranger here again, back with another review. Sorry it's been a while, guys. It's been pretty busy lately, so I haven't really been able to sit down and do any reviews. Plus, I've kind of recently just got done getting over a cold, so that kind of took some time. But also, you know, it's mainly just been pretty busy lately, and I'm super happy to finally get back into a review because we have something brand new to open. There are like 3 things in total that I still have to review. This figure right here being one of them. I have 2 others that I've gotten like way before that I still have to review, so stay tuned for those at some point. But right now, this is the most recent thing that I got that we're going to take a look at today because I'm super excited. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Jurassic World Dino Trackers, Gigantic Trackers, Bistahieversor. I don't know, guys. This is, look, I love dinosaurs, but seriously, there are some dinosaur species in this world that I honestly have a hard time pronouncing, and this one right here is no exception. This thing is just so hard to pronounce. I mess up all the time, like Bistahieversor. See, I can't even do it. Bistahieversor. We're just gonna do my best here. But anyways, it's a brand new dinosaur, brand new species introduced into the Mattel line. Really cool looking. I really am digging the sculpt in this one. It's a very interesting take on this type of dinosaur. Now, Bistahieversor is a type of tyrannosaur. You know, it's a part of the tyrannosaur family, you know, same family as T-Rex. This guy lived in New Mexico, I believe, during the Cretaceous period. So that's pretty cool. Based on other tyrannosaur reconstructions, you know, art that I've seen, this is a very interesting take from Mattel for a tyrannosaur, especially with these obscure looking spikes on the back here. But overall, it's a really cool looking design. It's definitely very Jurassic like in my opinion, but very cool looking. So here is the main packaging we got here. We got blue and beta. We got the desert background because this is part of the desert environment based on what Mattel thinks. The Jurassic World logo, the title card right here, Dino Trackers, Mattel. So your standard packaging for our Dino Trackers. Here on the side here, we got the Jurassic World logo with a little bit of the desert patterning in the back. And on this side, we just got Dino Trackers. And then here on the back, quite a lot of stuff as usual. We got the facts up information, the name of the dinosaur right here. It says tracking gear included, so this is one of the ones that come with tracking gear, which is awesome. I love that. And it says total chomping action, and then it has a spiky tail strike, so very interesting. I am really looking forward to seeing how this works. And then we got the Dino Trackers Elasmosaurus, which I did see at Walmart. In the point of this making this recording, I did acquire this guy yesterday, July 22nd. I'm finally doing a review on him now. When I did go to Walmart, I guess 2 days before, I found the Elasmosaurus and a bunch of other Dino Tracker figures, brand new waves and all that released, so I got some catching up to do. But of course I got to get through all the other reviews that I have backlogged. So that's basically it for the packaging here. Let's go ahead and open it. We'll do a quick little unboxing with my baby scissors right here, which I think is just 2 little snips, and then this guy just pops right out. So I like how there's nothing on the feet. And then we'll go ahead and try to get the capture gear out of here. All right, this might actually take too long, so I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up. Okay, so here we have the Bistahieversor and the tracking gear out of the packaging here, and this is looking very nice. I am very pleased with this figure. We'll go ahead and take a look at the dinosaur first, since it's pretty much the main star of this entire package. It's nice to get another Tyrannosaur from the Mattel line. The Tyrannosaur family tree is growing very well from Mattel, and I believe we're even getting like a few others next year for the new Dino, or the new Mattel line, Epic Evolution, which I might do a video based on my thoughts on those figures. I don't know yet, but some very interesting stuff going on with that new line. But anyways, let's get back to this dinosaur right here. Very cool looking. I am really digging the sculpt and the pose and just the overall look of this dinosaur, and I really like it. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at it. Starting off with the head. Very nice looking head. Very Tyrannosaur-like in my opinion. Maybe not 100% look-alike, but it's very similar. Really nice texture work all around the face here. Got some nice larger pebbled scales, which are very similar to like the head of a crocodilian. Just some larger bumps and scales and scoots all over the face right here. Same with the lower jaw. I got some nice larger ones here, this part of the jaw, and then a little bit here on the mouth. So just some overall nice, look at that. Just some very nice texture work over here. And even on the inside of the mouth, you got some nice sculpt work on the tongue right there with some nice little glossy effect to make it look wet. And then some nice sculpt work for the roof of the mouth as well. And the teeth are nicely sculpted too. They might look a little too big, but they're not terrible. Yeah, they're not terrible. Mattel has done some ridiculously large teeth on some of their dinosaurs before, but these ones will actually look pretty nice in my opinion. And that's actually a really cool looking face. That's actually looks like a Tyrannosaur face right there. That looks really nice. So yeah, I think the head might be one of my favorite parts of this figure. So really cool looking. Then here you got some really nice looking sculpt work here at the bottom of the neck, some larger scoots scattered around right there, and some nice sculpt work here on the top of the head and a little bit on the neck. So it goes from larger scales to the top of the head to the smaller ones here on the neck. Some little spikes here above like the eye ridge and here at the back of the head. Moving on to the body, you got some nice sculpt work for these two-fingered hands right here. Classic Tyrannosaur anatomy right there. Here at the bottom, you got some really nice sculpt work. Look at that. That is some sharp and fine sculpt work right there. So Mattel did an excellent job with this dinosaur. So really nice, and it actually looks really good depending on where the shading hits from the sunlight. Looks really nice. And then here, actually we'll get to the leg in a second. Here we get the other part of the body, just some nice looking work. Look at that. It's like large square looking pebble looking scales. Really cool looking. They remind me of like jaguar spots, the way they look, except they're just not painted, but really cool looking. You got some nice spikes that go along the back right here, and then we got some more bumps across the top here. Here at the leg, nice amount of bumps here at the thigh, and just some overall nice sculpt work throughout the leg. Some nice muscle definition. You see the kneecap right there, or like the knee sculpted area. So really nice looking in the feet. Nicely sculpted as well. Same with the underside. So really cool looking, and same with the dew claw. You can see on the other side of the leg here. Really nice. Same with this end too. Here at the body, you can see more of that awesome sculpt work. So Mattel did amazing with this one. I also noticed too that the sculpt work seems very blurry or smoother on where these buttons are, which is very interesting, but doesn't take away from the figure at all. And then here towards the back of the tail, you got some large bumps scattered across the tail right here, and some more of that nice finer sculpt work detail. Same with the back side right here. And you got some nice little vein skin folds right here, and then it continues on to the tail, which is some really nice sculpt work at the tip of the tail. So really nice looking. It's made out of like this somewhat bendy material. It's not super bendy, but it is. And some more spikes, which these spikes on the back evolve or fade into these larger spikes right here, the tip of the tail, which I don't think they might. Mattel claims that they're spikes based on the toy's action features, so maybe they are. I was gonna say maybe they're just large spiky quills or something for like display, but these actually might be, at least for this figure, might be like a defense mechanism to swing your tail against attacking opponents. But really cool sculpt work overall. So the sculpt work is really nice on this one. Definitely 10 out of 10 for sculpt work. For colors, I really love the colors. They match a desert environment very well, in my opinion. Just the sandy beige colors and the darker browns and oranges, they match a desert environment very well. I can just place this in a desert environment and it'll look right at home. So really cool. I do love how the Mattel's dinosaurs for this line, and I guess even into next year's line, they're focusing on putting dinosaurs in different environments and giving them paint jobs that are based on that environment they put them in. I think that's really cool, and I think they should just continue doing that. That's I think it's one of the coolest things they could have done. You know, just give a dinosaur a desert paint job or give it a jungle paint job. So I think it's really cool. Yeah, really like the colors. The eyes are really nice too. Green eyes, they make him stand out. which is really nice. The teeth are nicely painted, and same with the inside of the mouth with the nice fleshy mouth color. And you can see a little bit of that here towards the lower jaw, which is basically showing the gums, which gives it more like that gnarly look a little bit, showing some gums and some teeth at the same time. So really nice looking there. And then you got some nice little orange plops there, and some darker colors. And they gave this dinosaur more of that marbling effect that Mattel likes to do, mixing other other colors within the main plastic into this figure to kind of give it more, I guess, contrast or more detail in the sculpt, which I really like. It really works in some of their figures. It definitely gives it more of like a dirty look to it. Like, you're not going to get a clean animal out in the wild. You're going to get some weird gooey, sticky, or some dirt, mud marks all over it. And I think this looks really cool. Maybe like they're bruises or something. So really cool. I really do like it. You get a lot on the leg, here on the body, some on the underside, and here on the back of the head, and on this side as well, even here. So really cool. I really do like that. But yeah, basically really happy with how this figure is turning out. Here's the scan code for anyone who needs that. Moving on to articulation, there isn't a whole lot because most of it is due to the action feature. But here on the arms here can move full 360, and they can pivot in and out, so you can get some really nice, poses with the little arms right here. So really cool. And the legs can move roughly 360, yeah, basically 360, and they can pivot in and out, and then their ankles can rotate, which you have to fix when you get them out of the packaging to line them up. This one seems to be very stuck, though I don't want to mess with it. There we go. All right, I got it to work. And yeah, so that's basically it for articulation. There's no other part of articulation on this figure. Everything else is due to the action feature, which there are 2 buttons to basically show off 2 different attacks. This button right here, does the spike. So there is the spike attack. Very interesting. Look at that. The spikes move around. That is very interesting. And they kind of interlock a little bit, so it almost looks like a hair clip, but the spiky stuff are facing backwards. But really interesting. I really do like that. So you can just like take this and just swing it at opponents. So really cool looking. And then this other button here, I think, controls the head. Okay, so it's just like a chomping feature. You can make the head bump up if you press it lightly. If you press it slowly, you can make the head go like that. So that's really cool. But if you press it fast, it just goes like, that's pretty cool. I do like that. So really nice active features for this guy. We'll go ahead and, oh yeah, one thing I want to mention in terms of paint job, I know they didn't paint the toenails again, especially for a dinosaur that's a lighter color. I really wish they would have painted the nails so it makes it flow better. If a dinosaur is covered in like a darker color like this, then I won't go about it too hard. But it is what it is. I feel like we should just all accept it no matter what. But it is what it is. These fingers right here, they're not painted, but that's because this is already a darker color, so they always look painted. But that looks cool for what it is. And then, oh yes, let's take a look at the capture gear here. Now, interestingly, I'm not sure if this is because it's been in my hot house this whole time, but the capture gear here seems a lot more flexible and bendy than previous ones. Like the ones that came with the Sinotyrannus and the Stegosaurus, they seem a lot more stiffer. This one just seems all rubbery and bendy, so that's very interesting. But taking a look at it, it actually looks pretty good. I like the tracking gear. Nice little sculpt work on it, little harnesses, little tubes going on right here, little pockets to hold accessories if they could open, but they don't. But it's really cool looking. Same with the this side as well. But just a nice detail overall. I believe this is like a little antenna to send signals like, hey, this dinosaur found something. But really cool looking. I really do like the tracking gear. Now let's go ahead and apply this on. I might be able to figure out how this goes, but just to be safe, I'll go ahead. Does it even show? Let's see. Okay. All right, I think I can make this work. Like this. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and figure this out. Let's speed things up a bit. Alright, I finally got it to work. Took a little while. I was trying to look at the picture to see if I can get it to work, but here it is. You know, I got it all clipped in and everything, and yeah, there is the Bistahieversor with the tracking gear, and I think it looks really cool. Fits the dinosaur very well, I would say. So this is a very cool looking Jurassic Park dinosaur with tracking gear. Yeah, really cool looking. Got some little cameras right here, which could, you know, I guess you could say could hook onto a tablet so you can see what this dinosaur sees. That's pretty cool. Kind of weird how they just kind of sit on top of the spikes right here. I wish they would sit like on the side or overlap them or something like that, just to make it, you know, flow better. But overall, really cool looking. So yeah, very happy with this one. All right, so we're gonna move on to size comparisons. Here we got a generic human, here is a mercenary, and here it is next to the dinosaur, and I think it looks really nice. Not too familiar with how big Bistahieversor is. I believe this is fairly accurate, I would think. It's not a super large Tyrannosaur, I don't think. But plus, this guy is in a crouching position, so his body is facing down instead of up. But maybe if we can make it stand up a bit, here's this. I think this is a bit more accurate because it's not slouching down, and then we'll compare it with the Zuniceratops. So all the comparisons I'm doing now are all going to be dinosaurs that also lived in New Mexico during the Cretaceous, I believe with Bistahieversor, so at the same time. So here we got Zuniceratops, Parasaurolophus, the supermassive Pentaceratops, which I know these two I think lived together at the same time. So really cool looking to get all these together. We'll just get a better shot with these two, which is really cool looking. Really cool to see these two together. Can really get a cool little fight going on here with the Bistahieversor and the Pentaceratops. So I like these two together. I think it looks really nice. So yeah. Alrighty everyone, so that's about to wrap it up for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. For my final thoughts of this figure, it's awesome. You know, it's another awesome, great new species introduced into the Jurassic toy line. I love the colors, the sculpt is great. I love the tracking gear gimmick. I love the spiky gimmick, which is pretty interesting and it's a lot of fun. The action features are fun altogether, but yeah, I'd probably give this guy a 10 out of 10, you know, pretty simple. But yeah, I really like it. I highly recommend it. These guys, I believe, are already starting to hit Walmarts and Targets now, so if you're on the lookout for him, go ahead and start looking. There are a ton released at the moment, so happy hunting. But yeah, that's basically it I have for this video. So like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys again for the next video. Take care.